Hey everyone. Wow, this looks so washed out behind me. I hope it's more colorful. Let's see. It's so rich and colorful back there. Um, it's hard for you to see that. Anyway, good morning. And I want to give a shout out to Hakuna Matata in Australia. Um, I can't believe you found me an hour ago and you're watching my live stream. That is awesome. Now, while we are waiting for a few people to join, today we're going to be talking about what is your top consideration when you plant your garden. And I'm dying to hear what everybody has to say about that. Hey, Jason. Good morning. Hey, Andres. New Jersey. Hello. Evelyn. Texas. Travis. Hi, Travis. Annie. Um, hey, everybody. We have a new subscriber. She found my channel an hour ago. Her name is Annie, and she's in Australia, in Victoria, Australia. Hi, City Homestead. Yeah, I'm still learning about the technology of this City Homestead. I sort of forget about it all week, and then I go, oh my gosh, I've got to do a live stream, and I really wanted to learn how to do that better. And I still haven't learned how to do it better, but I'm here. It's 59 degrees and the sun is just popping over the house across the street. And I have no idea how that's going to affect the light, but hopefully you'll be able to see much more color back here. At least I hope so. And let me just slide this over. Oh, just banged my head and forgot the microphone. So let me know if you hear me clearly. I would love to start these at 7 a.m. because it's already, let's see, I'll just do that like that. It's already light and I've just been sitting here, literally sitting here since 7:15. What did Jason say? Hey, Garage Greenhouse, Angie, good morning. Cool Cucumbers is from Australia too. Annie, what happens on our live streams? I don't get time to watch a bunch of others, but on ours, people communicate with each other, and I love it. So you may find that you'll have your own conversation. Jason, soil health. Okay, so Jason, hold that thought because I just wanted to get, while people are still tuning in, I just wanted to get some of the housekeeping things out of the way, and I wanted to give a shout out. Now I know she's very busy today, and she's going to have to watch the replay. But of course, I love it when people send me things. And I got this from Tracy Garnes. She was one of the people who I've inspired and has followed me for a long time. And she sent me a video. And that was a real concession for her to do that because she's not accustomed to talking on camera. And if you're on Facebook, I encourage you to scroll down Late Bloomer Show and see. There were about 10 videos that I got from people around. One was in Vietnamese, which was very interesting. Now this is, I can't wait. Can you read that? This is from her farm in Pennsylvania, Mulberry Farm in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. She has her own labels, and this particular, wait, I forgot what she told me that this is. Maybe it's blackberries. Oh, but doesn't that look wonderful? This is a reason for me to make biscuits with my ancient wheat. Thank you, Tracy. You know I love you. And I wanted to also show you this woman contacted me in San Diego. Good morning, Samina. Good morning, Portia. Good morning, Miss Valmark. Good morning, Roberto. Good morning, Ed. Oh, that's fantastic, Ed. Just leave it in a comment below. Small Garden Escape is from the UK. So right now, I think we only have the UK and Australia tuning in from other countries. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. Now, I just wanted to show you this book. This was sent to me to review, and I want to point out what a beautiful book this is. It's called Queen Spotting, and it's Meet the Remarkable Queen Bee and Discover the Drama at the Heart of the Hive. Isn't that a beautiful book? And the author is Hillary Kearney, and she's in San Diego. And I know that I'm going to be going down. I have a cousin in San Diego, and I'm going to be going down in November because my son Walker is going to be in San Diego, and we're going to visit my cousin, and I'm going to try to meet Hillary in person. But she has just published this beautiful book. Look at this. And in the back it says, "Take the Queen Spotting Challenge. Can you spot the queen?" So anyway, I've also got a press kit, and I will be reading that, and you may hear more about that in the future, but I just wanted to show you. And I ordered something on Instagram. I never do that. But I'm so jealous of all of my Phoenix gardeners doing all this grafting, especially Jack Davis at Epic Yard Farm and Mandy May at Side Yard Farm AZ on Instagram. And I saw this and I thought, wow, this is a tool for grafting. And I ordered the tape as well. Oh, it's got some parts in here. If you're on Instagram, you've probably seen it. I don't want to drop the parts. But the way it works, it takes the guesswork out of the cut. I guess this is a particular kind of, grafting. There's several different methods. And let's see. I guess I should read the instructions. But you may have seen this yourself, but what it does is it makes a little funny cut on one side of a branch and a little funny cut. It's like a puzzle piece. It goes in like that. And it sort of takes the guesswork out of the cut itself. And so I'm really looking forward to trying that. You can't hear anything? Hathy, can everybody hear me? Miss Janabini, I am not growing any yellow peppers. I mean, any orange Thai. Let's see. Can everybody hear me okay? Because she's having trouble in Australia. This is going by so fast. I can hear you fine. Thank you, Anne. Fine here, Hathy. Thank you. I suggest, Hakuna, that you, I don't know, hit your sound, turn your sound up on your computer or your phone, or I don't know what. There's one more thing I got gifted, and I have to show this to you. It's so beautiful. This is from Iran. And it is a key holder. And you put it I guess you check your makeup or something and you put your keys on here, but isn't this lovely? I could probably use oh, there. Hey, there I am. Oh my goodness, there's 1, 2, 3. Gosh, that's interesting. See me in there? There's 1, and then there's 1 in there, and there's 1 in there. Wow. Anyway, I just thought this is lovely, and I'm going to be putting that somewhere. Probably not outside in the garden. Okay, I do have a couple of other things I wanna mention, but let's get back to our topic today. Volume is good, you can hear me, great, wonderful. Okay, Suzanne, hi, that's wonderful in Pennsylvania. Um, hey, Tina, where are you writing from, Tina? Hmm. Hi, Michael, are you talking about that tool? I can't wait to try it. What I wanted to do is I wanted to graft. I have a plum tree that's 30 years old. I mean, how long do they last? And it is going to be a great year for the plum tree. And I wanted to graft some of that onto my ornamental plum because Mandy May in Phoenix gave me this idea. And I thought, it's so fantastic looking out my kitchen window and seeing those dark red leaves of the ornamental plum. But wouldn't it be even more fantastic if it actually made plums, grew plums? So that's what I was thinking of doing. City Homestead does what open? Are you talking about the tool or this? um, okay, so let's get onto our topic. Our topic is what is your top consideration? There are many considerations in growing a garden, but what is your absolute top? And Small Garden Escape, I forget where you are, uh, says a big consideration is the wildlife. And are you talking about the wildlife that make a mess of your garden? Or are you talking about protecting the wildlife that lives nearby? What do you mean? Oh, no, I don't think so. No, no, it does. No, it's just mounted. This decorative piece is just mounted on this board, and these are just little cup hooks. Um, Beverly says, must love shade surrounded by pine trees. Let's see. For me, it's knowing what I'm eating, preserving for the future. How much time do you spend preserving, John? I mean, I don't spend a lot because I can't grow a lot. It's, oh, good, Hakuna. That's wonderful. What is your name, Hakuna? I think that's really interesting, Christina. I mean, Christina says that she would reserve a space in her garden for experimentation only. And I kind of look at all of this as an experiment for me. Yes, I've gained a lot of knowledge in 7 years. I mean, I started from scratch 7 years ago, so I didn't know anything, but it's all kind of an experiment because from year to year things change. And so your challenges change as well. And even if it's something that you've grown your whole life, you can get a blowdown, your corn can get blown down by a bad storm. I don't know, everything's just kind of experimentation for me. Yes, pine trees. I do have a pine tree, and we keep it so pruned that I don't have a lot of pine trees falling, pine needles falling. But my neighbor has an enormous tree across the street. And if she would take that tree down 10 feet, I would get an hour more sun a day in the summer. It's got to be 40 feet tall and massive. It drops an enormous amount of needles. But you know what takes even longer than pine needles to break down, or at least as long, are bamboo leaves. They're like, they just don't break down in the compost. It's crazy. You can ball up. I didn't know you could. Bale. You can bale up pine straw like hay. That's interesting. Um, so Angie says that deer are is her first consideration. But Angie, I was at Angie's garden, and if you haven't watched my Kentucky series from last year, I highly encourage you to watch it. There are about 7 videos, I think, and it really gives you an idea of gardening in the well, I was in Ashland in that area of Kentucky. Nice. That's nice, John. Um, Patrick says soil. Yes. Right. That's pretty much what people do here too, Patrick, is raised beds. I mean, unless you just want to kill yourself, and trust me, I did not have these huge joints here when I started uh when I started gardening 7 years ago, but I was going to do it myself. I was not going to use a rototiller or whatever. I was just gonna bang it out myself with all the old tools that have been laying around here, and boy, that was so hard on my hands. And oh, thank you, Chris. Yes, the bamboo leaves just yeah, they just don't break down. I don't even put them in the compost. Michael says, "I love to grow plants from different counties," or I wonder if you're trying to say countries. Um, yes, John, why are you typing all in caps? We can all see what you're writing. um, you are being read. Well, I would love to get some more pine needles, but I just have 2 blueberry plants and some camellias, and that's really that's about all I would use it on. So I just need a little bit. Hey, Charles is in the house. Charles at Old Alabama Gardener just tuned in, and oh, and he makes a good point. Thank you, Charles. I did not know that. Wow. I have never been to Singapore. I would love to go there. Bumblebee says planting position is top consideration. Um, and uh, and Ms. Let's see, Ms. Ginabini asked me if I've been taking a cutting from my camellia bush. Uh, uh, no, I haven't. I haven't. I have so many camellias that I just enjoy them the way they are. Um, Hi, Kathy in Florida. Thanks for tuning in. I opened some things that were sent to me earlier, so please go back and watch the beginning. And I wanted to, let's see. African horned cucumbers, Japanese winged beans. Somebody sent me some of those seeds, and it didn't happen. Chinese red noodle bean. I'm pretty sure who's growing that. I visited someone that's growing that. Um, hey, Blue Moon. Blue Moon is checking in from Serbia, I believe, or is it Serbia? Bosnia. Um, let's see, it's Eastern Europe for sure. For Anne, it's weeds. Hello there, Obi. Uh, Jason says, I am happy. uh, oh, I know who it was. It was the community garden in Atlanta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, in Marietta. They were growing the what did you just say? The red noodle bean. Yeah, the red noodle bean, and they were finding that it was resistant to a lot of pests. Is that what you found, Jason? Well, Patrick, when were you in the States, and when did you have a garden in the States? That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Yes, and this is African blue basil right here. Um, what the what the bees are really working on today is the olive tree, because there's a million blooms on there. Oh wow! Hi Brian, thanks for tuning in. I opened some boxes and books and things earlier, so please go back and watch the beginning. Uh, let's see. Oh, 4 years ago. Okay. And where were you then, Patrick? John says, John, remind me where you are. I forget. I just wanted to say, in terms of me, to answer my own question, my top consideration in this little micro urban garden farm is sun. I have to, I can't move the house, and I can't move the neighbor's house, which is enormous. And I, the sun does what the sun does. So I have to constantly, and I don't have a big, flat, rectangular plot uh, that's just wide open for sun. I don't have that. I have a front yard. I have some space on my driveway, which gets limited amounts of sun. And then I have some uh, containers and planters and things in the back. I have camellias that were there 30 years in the very back. And so I have to constantly, I was just sitting out here yesterday, and that's why I thought to do this today, is I was sitting right here, but looking that way. And I took a picture, which I posted on Instagram and Facebook. And I said, this is my view right now. And someone wrote and said, that's lovely the way the sun's hitting it. And the sun was, at that point, it was after 5, probably 5:30, and the sun was only hitting these Jerusalem artichokes right there, and the beans, that those are back over there. That's my first raised bed that I put in the first, like, spring of my garden, that raised bed right there. And I planted that in black turtle beans, gosh, what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? And I put in like 100 seeds in that one little bed, and look at how full that is. It's incredible. Um, yes, oh, you're in the north. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just right in the city. And so houses and, you know, trees and positioning. This property faces, the front of this property faces northeast. So if it was facing that way, or if I was on that side of the street, I could grow until the sun goes down. But let's see. Oh, that's right, John. I knew that. Um, You know, I haven't been taking any special precaution only because I called the ag person. I talked to someone down in the LA County Extension office 2 years ago, and he said there is nothing you can do about it because these maggots fall to the ground in, a million olives fall on the ground, and they overwinter. You don't see them come out. I've never even seen one of these little flies, these little uh, Southern California olive fruit fly or whatever. Never even seen one of them. And yet they do so much damage. And he said you can't net the tree, you can't spray the tree. So the only thing I'm thinking of doing this year is harvesting them earlier. But they're still going to be injected. So but this is yesterday, I saw an article and it was talking about maggot sausage. Scientists are now trying to come up with a maggot sausage that people will eat instead of beef. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I mean, yes, I know they eat bugs in a lot of different places in the world, but really, scientific research into maggot sausage. First of all, it sounds terrible, but I thought, let's just regenerate the land, okay? Let's stop depleting our land. And Jason was talking about soil. Let's stop depleting our soil and covering it in chemicals, you know. Let's do that first. That's what that's what we need to be focusing on. Oh, okay, City Homestead, thank you. Oh, wonderful. Have a wonderful time putting in your mother's garden. Fantastic. Uh, I know it's gross. Patrick, I would say it's very hard to grow. Well, there's a lot of things. I should address the fact that because I have such a cramped space, I tend to put. I just want so many plants, and I want so much biodiversity. I want flowers, and I want every little thing. And so I put too much stuff in to try to grow a lot of plants, and then I get a lot of mildew. So that's the number one thing. But things like okra, which I love, okra needs a lot of sun, a lot of heat, and a lot of sun. And it's very hard to grow okra. And squash takes a lot of space. And so I've kind of almost stopped growing squash and cucumbers because of mildew and lack of light. In fact, last year was that big experiment on my driveway where I did the container garden and I had a trellis that ran for like 40 feet up about, I guess the fence is about 6 feet tall. And I thought, okay, I'm going to grow so many cucumbers and squash and melons up that trellis. And I got so little results. And it wasn't even worth all that effort, really. Uh, and that's because of not enough sun. Good morning, Lori. And Lori is checking in from Canada. What's the weather like up there? Yeah, I'll pass on the maggot sausage. Um, let's see, Marianne. Oh, I bet that is fantastic. Yes, I would love to have. If I was younger and I had a different kind of property, I would definitely have chickens. I love chickens. Um, I love eggs. Right, right. Um, yes, Portia. Portia is a major gardener in Pennsylvania, folks. So she does She has so many interesting things going, especially she grows a lot of things that build soil, like radishes and Portia, you tell them because I don't remember everything. Good morning, Richard. Nice to see you. Hi, Nancy from San Diego. I was just talking about San Diego. I'm going to be in San Diego in November, and my son is going to be down there for, I think it's a bachelor party or something. That he's got like 4 weddings he's going to, and I have a cousin in San Diego, so we're gonna converge on San Diego for a day or 2. Maybe we can meet. 36 degrees is cool. Oh, snow. My goodness, I would have a hard time. I really would have a hard time waiting and waiting and waiting for good weather. The anticipation must be extreme. Mm. Okay, Ed, thanks for tuning in. I gave you a shout out in my video that I recorded yesterday. I haven't edited it yet. Uh, I have told is it May? May Lauren? I have told myself that if I was younger and I had a partner um, that was interested in doing that, I would. I probably won't do that on my own. And if my son was had a different mindset about that, and maybe his future wife and I could have a place, or I don't know. It's such a long shot. And so I don't know. I can't afford to buy anything else in Southern California. It's too expensive. We got in before the Prop 13 happened, and property tax here is extremely high. And so there's no chance of buying a property in Southern California. So if I sell this property, I either have to go into a rental apartment with most likely no garden, or well, they don't have gardens in the apartments. So and it's very rare to get a balcony. It's very expensive here. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but this is a year of change for sure. I was going to mention that I also got a package from Deadly Wound, who just tuned in or just spoke up, and he has sent me some DMSO for inflammation, and I can't wait to learn about that and start using it. I'm sorry I haven't done that, but I'm a little overwhelmed and overscheduled at the moment. But Deadly Wound is another one that sent me a 1-minute tribute video for my 7th anniversary, which happened on Earth Day, April 22nd. And you can also see his video. And I got to say that that's quite possibly the sexiest video anyone has ever sent to me. So that should intrigue you guys to go to my Facebook page, Late Bloomer Show, and scroll down till you find that. Yeah, Portia, I just don't know how you do all you do. She's got rabbits, and she's got coffee grounds everywhere, and she ah yes, and not only a shame, it would be a major heartbreak, May. Sticks, where are you again? Oh, you're in Georgia, obviously. Um, the only way I would move to Georgia, the only place I would move if I came south, would be Nashville or Atlanta, because there is, I'm an actor, and there is work in Nashville and Atlanta. In fact, Atlanta is the new Hollywood, they say. But I'm not moving to Georgia for like one job a year. So much to be figured out. You add it to what? Your compost, Portia? Patrick, Absolutely. I mean, I don't think it would for homesteaders necessarily, but I mean, I grow what is interesting to me, and being a YouTuber, a lot of people I have met a lot of people that grow really interesting things, and I never would have thought to grow some of the things unless I had actually met these people or they'd sent me things. Like, the most beautiful thing that grew in my garden for the last 2 years was this gorgeous cranberry hibiscus bush that was I didn't prune it, and some of the stems were like 12 feet high with these gorgeous red blooms. And you may have gathered by now, you newcomers, that I love red. But something got into the roots of that and it went bye bye. And I did not get another one started. So, but yes, it definitely impacts. Plus, in fact, I have right here, these are corn seeds that I just was given when I was in Tennessee interviewing Daryl Luck on his property. So go back and watch those videos I did with Daryl. He has an amazing 38-acre property. Of course, we didn't see it all, but and it's and it was May. No, I mean, excuse me, it was April 2 weeks ago when I was there. So his vegetable garden was just in in little seedlings because it still gets chilly at night, but he's got all these wonderful projects, bamboo groves, and he's a wood burner. He grows these massive gourds. Very interesting guy. So go back and check that out. Anyway, he gave me these corn seeds, and I am going to try. This is another thing about space and sun. I think it was Patrick that asked. Corn corn has to be grown together because it has to pollinate by wind or rain, and it doesn't rain here in the summer. So that means you got to pack it close together, and I go out and shake it every day once it starts getting pollen. And so I grew it in these two rolling planters last year that were falling apart and rotted at the bottom. So those were disassembled and chucked. And I am considering making another one for the front of the driveway, which is where I get most of my sun, putting it on rollers and putting I'm going to do square foot gardening. If I can get a dolly or make a dolly that's 4 feet, that doesn't cost much, it's got to be inexpensive. I am going to have 16 16 cloth pots, and I am going to grow corn, square foot gardening, in a square of 16 pots, and see what I can get. So, hi, Suzanne. I've got several people on from Pennsylvania today. Portia, and let's see, Trudy's New Jersey. Yeah, Portia, I tried growing crimson clover last year in this one little spot right down here. And at the time there was no sun, and I got a few blooms, and uh, to see a field of that, I saw a field of that at my sister's and with my brother-in-law when down in Tennessee. He had planted a whole field in red clover. Oh my, so gorgeous. Oh, it seems like if you put milkweed in compost, though, you would just, oh my gosh, you would have so much milkweed. I've got milkweed. Speaking of weeds, I was thinking about doing a video saying, I've got weeds, because that's news. I don't have weeds here. I mean, I haven't had weeds here, but I noticed I have got quite a few weeds, and they're not big and gnarly like, grass. What do you call that awful grass that segments out? They have that next door. I don't have that, but I do have some stuff and I'm debating on just leaving it and not taking it out. Um, Are you Miss Nabina, Miss J? eh, I what is your first name? Because that's hard for me to pronounce your Google name. Oh, that's wonderful. So you're going to have monarchs in Pittsburgh in June. You know, I have had a few monarchs, but this was the coldest winter in 60 years here. And on a warm day, I will see a monarch, but you know, it's got to be sunny. Speaking of sun, it just all got hazy, cloudy. I don't know what's going on up there. Yeah, crabgrass. That's what I was trying to think of. Angie, thank you. Oh, Gina, thank you. That helps me a great deal. Thank you, Gina. Indonesia. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fiersa. Did I say that right? Fiersa. Look, Indonesia. Checking that off for today. I've got New Jersey among my countries here and Georgia among my countries. And let's see, Australia, UK. I don't have my Netherlands or Malaysia or Ireland yet. Oh, I know that I just don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on it. And so I'm trying to find a way to make a sled with casters. And I'm thinking because the driveway is a little bit sloped, I need the casters that have the locking wheel. Those are more expensive. So I have to figure it out. And I was looking at Home Depot and some of their little sleds are like $20 and they already have the wheels on it. And you know, by the time I buy the stuff and have Eric make it, then all of a sudden I've spent a lot of money on this thing that I'm going to grow who knows how many ears of corn. But the thing is, it has to roll because the only place I can grow it is in the driveway. What is sweet woodruff, Portia? This is the first time I've heard of that. And Fiersa, I'm so glad I inspired you. Thank you for letting me know that. We are at 42 minutes, everyone, and I hope everyone has hit that like button. And if anybody cares to make a super chat, you hit that little $sign down there and donate to this channel to help it go and grow. And I appreciate all of that. Iceland is in the house, Maddie. I was wondering when you were going to tune in. Matt Lee, sorry. I know you're on here. Iceland. Where are you? Yeah, there you are. Iceland. But I'm missing Slovenia, Malaysia, Netherlands, Ireland, Japan. I've got South Korea and Oman and Philippines, Sweden. I got quite a few international people to let's see. Dubai. Hey, Eden. I am marking you down. Let's see. Do I have Dubai on this? No, I don't. I have Kuwait, but not Dubai. Thank you for tuning in. We're probably only going to be on for another like 15 minutes. I didn't want to drag things out today like I have been doing. I know it seems like people enjoy it and stay on and ask questions and everything, but I did get a rather negative comment on one of my recent live streams. And so I didn't want to, go on and on and on and on and on and just talk. Let's see. It's an herb. Oh, wonderful. Do you eat it? I'm desperate to get some herbs, but I just don't know where I can grow them because I don't have any more sun, and most herbs like the sun. Oh, thank you, Ed. Travis, I I hate to think how long I've been here. I have been here for this is my 31st year. Yeah, my 31st year in Los Angeles and 25th, 25 and a half years in this property. And it never occurred to me. I mean, one of my neighbors was came by yesterday. And that's the beauty of the front yard garden is, when you're out and Eric, oh, I'll mention this in a minute. Eric came yesterday, so I was out all day with him. Neighbors go by and they say, "Oh, I remember your garden when." And I said, "Do you remember when it was just nothing? It was just like a few bushes and some grass with weeds. The only thing that's here that was here is this birch tree. There were actually 3 birch trees. They were very pretty, but uh, 2 of them died. I think this was actually a replacement tree. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but those camellia bushes, the ones that have the real fuchsia color, those those and that I've got a big succulent with big leaves over there. That's all that's and the pine tree. Yeah, the pine tree. That's everything else has been replaced. And I was trying to think, how many fruit trees I have. So many. Uh, rareroots.coms. Is it a rhizome though? That's a good question, Portia, because if it's a rhizome, I cannot put it in the ground. Patrick, I don't grow houseplants at all, but maybe somebody else can answer your question. Patrick is in an apartment in South Korea, and he's wondering about growing some houseplants. If you have a sunny window, I would absolutely recommend that you grow microgreens because you can eat those and your diet will be healthier for it. And you can also, botanical interests. I am an affiliate marketer for botanical interests, although I have never made 1 penny. I don't know why. I don't understand it. And I've been recommending my botanical interest link for 3 years and never made a penny. If anyone has ordered through my botanical interest link, I would really love to know because I think that it's not botanical interest, it's the company that handles the affiliate marketing. There's something wrong there. Anyway, in botanical interests, you can buy just a little box to um, to make a sprout. It's a sprout thing, and you should absolutely do that because you can be eating fresh sprouts, all kinds of sprouts. Hopefully, you can order that in South Korea or find one and find good seeds. But definitely herbs. If you have a window box, you can absolutely grow herbs. Um, oh, so it obviously spreads by rhizomes. So okay, thank you, Living Miracle. I don't think we even. Thank you for checking in. Travis says cats ended his houseplant. I don't know why cats find houseplants interesting, but they like to dig. Suzanne, I would love to if I even have one. Um, boy, yeah, I think I don't know if I have one that shows the whole front yard, to tell you the truth. I remember when we took some family pictures, like, right here when my sons were small. Boy, this shed, this is a playhouse, this you can't see it, but if you know any of my channel, I have a garden shed here that it's now a garden shed. It was a playhouse, which was in the back. And when we did this long time ago, we moved it to the front yard. That was a major operation. That thing is so heavy. Took several men on some rollers, and I don't know how we got it in the front yard, but we did. And yeah, we just had, but you know what? You can, if you, Suzanne, if you go to my first like 4 or 5 videos of season 1 of Late Bloomer, you will really see the transformation. Because my very first episode, unfortunately, when I took the grass out and the bushes out, I did not have an idea to do a YouTube channel. I was just going to make it into an edible garden and make it more environmental, and get the grass out, which was all weeds anyway. And I literally just took a handful of photos. It wasn't until I think November of 2011, I think I got my first iPhone 4, which had a selfie side. I didn't realize at the time it was point 3 megapixels. It wasn't even a whole megapixel. It was such low quality. But I thought, oh my gosh, I can film myself and I can start making videos. And of course, everybody in the world's figured that out in 2012. But Abdullah, where are you writing from? Let me check you off my list. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Suzanne. I really appreciate that. It's definitely an effort. Yeah, it was season 1 for sure. I'm not sure timing out is the way to go there, Angie. If I don't know what this person's doing, but just ban him or hide him, I guess. I don't know. Lemon balm. Paid the bundle of dandelions to my rabbits. Oh, I know. I just think, I said before, I said I love chickens because I love eggs, but rabbits would be even better because rabbits are pure vegetarian and chickens eat anything. So, the rabbit meat, I don't know if you're raising your rabbits to eat, Portia, but rabbit meat is the cleanest meat you can eat. I don't know if you can see, but I have a hummingbird. Yep, right over my head. See it? That's because the feeder is right over my head. Okay. Let's see. It's 53 minutes, and I'm just. I don't see Daryl. I don't think Daryl has tuned in. But I wanted to just show this stevia plant that I also picked up this is another answer to your question, Patrick, is I picked up this stevia plant when I was in Tennessee, and I put it in my backpack and carried it home. And it is surviving. And I wanted to know if anyone can guess what this is. Those first 2 leaves are not gonna, you're probably not gonna guess what this is, but see if anybody can guess what this is. Yes, I have, Travis. Hold on a second. Hey, thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that. Well, that's what Daryl was saying about stevia. He said it's very hard to get it started, so I'm trying to hang on to this plant. I'm gonna pot it up in a couple of days. But does anybody have any idea what this is? Nope. No, Suzanne. And you would know this if I had gotten it in. I actually did this in my last on the in the last my newest workday video. It was supposed to go in there, but the video was already like 16 minutes long, and I just said, well, maybe I can put it in another one, another a different video. But this is loofah, loofah, and I haven't been able to grow loofah for like 2 or 3 years, so I'm so excited. Thank you, Roman. Where are you writing from? I appreciate that. Um, it's loofah, Beth. It's definitely in the cucurbit family. Loofah is a cucumber in the cucumber family. And um, I wanted to grow it again because my loofah video, if you've been listening to lately, my loofah video is my most popular video. Not necessarily because it is definitely one of my very best videos because it's got it all. It's got a very adorable young child who's helping me, and it's got funny bloopers at the end, and I look great, and it's got a great story arc from beginning to end, from planting the seeds to making the sponges. They're not sponges. We use them as sponges. But the reason it did so well is because YouTube decided to recommend me. After all these years, they recommended me, and there were people writing comments from all over the world, countries I'd never even heard of. So, if YouTube would just do that again, I could start actually feeling like a success. Okay, back to your question, Jason. Um, I had a wonderful interview on this week, one day this week. It was a 45-minute interview. This was the person that found my channel and uh, promises to relay all the information back to the powers that be at his company. And they like me very much, but it will depend on if they shop the idea around to networks and if they find a network who's interested. And it's such a process to get a show on a network. So this is just the first step. So hold that in your thoughts, everyone, because this is what I've wanted from the very beginning. And Ukraine. Oh my gosh, Roman. I have a Ukrainian student living with me now. Are you aware of that? She made an appearance in a recent live stream, so make sure you check that out. I know loofah grew so nicely up my trellis. Thank you, May. Wonderful, Abdullah. UAE and Dubai. That's wonderful. Abdullah, do you have a garden? And would you like to ask any of the gardeners a question or ask me a question about gardening? Oh, thank you, Miss Volmark. I know. Trudy, it's insane. Home and Garden Television Network does not have garden content. Ridiculous. Ah, I know. I know. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, you don't have a garden in, I know it's very difficult to have a garden there because it's so hot and sunny, correct? Is that what's holding you back? Or are you just starting or just learning, or do you have an interest in gardening? Our topic today is what is your top consideration for planting your garden? And a number of people have said they have to keep the deer off. That's number one. I personally have to worry about where the sun is at all parts of the year because of things that block the sun from my garden. That's number one for me. And I I think that that's probably, in terms of urban gardeners, that's probably, sun or lack of sun is probably a real top consideration. But if you're just getting into gardening, I don't know if anyone is, but please go to my website, latebloomershow.com, and sign up and download my free ebook, 10 Steps to a Great First Garden. It's free, it's 18 pages, there are hot links, beautiful photos, and it's inspiring for a new gardener to think about that. And where's the sun is one of those 10 first, it's like one or two of those first few steps. Where's the sun? I do have a hummingbird flying right over my head, Gloria. Thank you, Suzanne. Me too. I know, Travis. I know, Travis. Let's just all put that out in the out there. Harry Vetch is taking over my my containers right now, Portia, and I'm trying to decide what to do because it's so beautiful. The flowers are these purple cascades, and I don't want to pull it out, but you really have to give it something to grow on. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do about the hairy vetch. Thank you, Christina. Hey, Maggie. I'm glad you tuned in. We're not going to be on very long. It's already an hour. And if you have, let's see. Yes, Rob. I am checking you off right here. And Patrick Meehan from London has not checked in. He's usually always on. I would love to visit the West Midlands. I don't exactly know where that is, but I would love to make a return trip. Robbie, did you go back and watch my England videos? Please tell me you did. There's 16 of them. No, wait, is there 16 in England? Yeah, 16 in England alone. Well, England and Wales. Robbie, I just netted my blueberries yesterday. You're going to see that in the Thursday Workday video coming on Thursday. Thank you. Thank you for watching those. Oh, thank you, Gina. I really appreciate hearing that people watch my travel videos. I know, Portia, but if it's in a pot, if my hairy vetch is growing in a pot, and they all are because they were in that potting soil that got mixed around, how does that help my soil if it's, if it's in the pot? I don't know. Maybe I could plant some under my citrus. No, I don't think that just wouldn't be good. There's nowhere to let that thing go wild. If you remember, go back and watch my hairy vetch. In fact, I'll post the link when I get done with this and upload it. I have a video on hairy vetch, and I let it go wild in my parkway out here, and it was thick, and it was like 4 feet tall, and I had to go in, like, with machete and chop it out. Well, Portia, you don't have to grow anything in pots because you have such a big garden. Yes. Amendments really cost a bundle. Buy, sell, travel, rocking homestead. Ocala, yeah, I don't think anybody else I don't think anybody else is, oh, I see you. SH, what is your name? And I do see you. Um, Let me answer this other question first. I know it's very difficult to grow in Florida, and someone was talking about that in a recent live stream, what they do, and I think they're doing wood chips to try to create soil there, um, because you can get wood chips for free, and that's a start. You can also get used coffee grounds for free, and sometimes you can get uh, s- sometimes maybe the city of Ocala actually has free compost that they give out. I don't know. Um, but yes, it costs a fortune to buy all that stuff, and I just can't do it anymore. I have I have not tried the testing of the pH of my soil, SH, because every bed is different, and I could take some sort of average, but that wouldn't tell me, what I need to do in this one or what I need to do in that one. And I just really haven't done that. But I don't try to affect, like with lime, or I don't use lime anymore. I did in the beginning. Um, I do recommend doing that. And many county extension offices offer free soil testing or very inexpensive soil testing. And if you have a garden and your whole garden is the same basic soil, I would absolutely recommend doing that, because you don't want to waste money buying lime and putting lime on your garden if you don't need it. Thank you, Danny. Where are you writing me from? Oh, there's Big Wave. Um, uh, that's Kevin in Florida. Kevin, we have another Florida person, Buy, Sell, Travel, Rocking Homestead, and they're talking about trying to get amendments. It's very expensive in Florida. Can you sort of touch base with Buy, Sell, Travel, Rocking Homestead, and tell them what you're doing? The tomato transplanting, the I took those seedlings out, and there was no soil on the roots or anything, and so they went through transplant shock big time. But that was now it's been a few days, and yesterday we planted out. I think we planted 6 of them yesterday. What happened yesterday is Eric was here. Yesterday was Saturday, and my plan was to go to my class. I have a class in Hollywood on Saturdays, comedy workshop. You may have heard of Amy Poehler. Amy Poehler and Matt Bresson and some others started a comedy workshop, an improv school. And I had never done that, and I thought it would be really good. It's good to make your brain learn new things, and so I've been doing that on Saturdays. But yesterday morning I didn't feel well, some 24-hour thing, and so I skipped class and I stayed here because Eric was here, and he doesn't he's a very good worker, but he has no idea what I want or what my intentions are or what I'm thinking. And I can make a list for him, but I made a list for him yesterday, and many things were added onto that list while I actually started feeling better and I started working. And then I got the camera and I thought, might as well shoot this. And so I will have a Thursday workday video on Thursday for you with Eric. And so we planted a bunch of stuff yesterday. And I planted, good morning. I planted, that is the side, for those of you who are not familiar with my garden, that is the sidewalk right there. And people walk back and forth between my parkway and my garden proper. We planted 4 of those biggest sweet Annies. I still have some more sweet Annie, and I'm going to give some to Felice. I did 2 videos with Felice. If you've ever wanted to know how to make gnocchi and you somehow missed that video, you have to go and watch. The way she pulls that gnocchi together in her hands was just like magic. I couldn't believe it. It just came together so beautifully. And watching people do pastry, I just think is mesmerizing. A lot of cooking, uh, a lot of cooking is watching people cook. A lot of it is very mesmerizing because the hands just instinctively know what they're doing, and I just find it very interesting. So please go back and watch that. Let's see. Ooh, food time is here. Laura from Ontario, Ontario has been with me for I think almost my own beginning, from the beginning. Jason creates his own compost. Ooh. What is trifecta? I know I should know that. I don't know what that is. And I once had a worm, an official worm bin. Have it different sections and everything. But when they tore down this house over there, I didn't even realize it was in the blasting sun and it was black. And you can just imagine what happened there. So now I prefer to do my worm bins in the ground, so I know I won't kill them. I want mushroom compost. How do I get some without having to spend a bunch of money, Jason? Um, let's see. I wanted to have cosmos this year and I didn't get it planted, Portia. Now, is it too late? Because I love cosmos. Cosmos is what attracted that massive, massive pregnant praying mantis. If you go back last year, I had, oh, that thing was huge. Let's see, there's more comments. Let's see, every state. Mm-hmm. Wait. Let's see. Where do you get your seaweed, Tiffany? Because, I did that seaweed compost video and a lot of people wrote and said, oh, that stuff is washing straight over here from Japan. And I'm going, oh, right. So that was the first and last time I went down to collect seaweed off the Pacific coast here. And when you say aloe, I grow aloe, but I've never put aloe in my hair. That's a thought. You mean you like human hair? You put human hair in your compost? Wow. That really is more creative than I've been. Ticks. I I don't know if you would get ticks from wood chips. Kevin, do you think? I mean, I never thought of that. I mean, but I'm in LA and ticks are not a problem here. Thank you, Suzanne. Like, oh gosh, this is going by so fast. I'm trying to read and keep up. Everybody, if you're in a northern climate, you need to be reading Portia's comments because she really has mastered how to overwinter to keep her perennials alive with her compost. Yeah, if anybody knows about root knot nematodes, I did get some of those. I think it was last year, but towards the end of, and they were in the tomatoes, and they were sort of towards the end of the plant life. So I didn't do anything about it. We just pulled them out. Thank you, Gloria. Hmm. Thank you, Travis. Have a great day. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm going to check that out. Hello, Shilpanwita. You know, I'm only going to be on a few minutes. I'm not going to turn this into a 2-hour deal today. Please go back and watch the replay. This looks so washed out. I can't believe it. I hope it doesn't look that bad to you guys. It looks terrible on my computer. Thank you, Garage Greenhouse. Gotta go. Okay. Have a wonderful day in Colorado. Well, I see you, Lincoln, but what would you like a shout out about? I can say hello. Do you have a question for any of our gardeners? Don, uh, Don, I don't know if I am going to have a green tomato plant. I don't think I am. If you're talking about the Aunt Ruby's, I did not seed tomatoes this year. I'm only growing volunteers, and I don't know what I've got yet. So, and if the transplants that I still have do well, I'm going to see how they do. Because yesterday I pushed them in the sun and they kind of limped out. You know, they're just not ready for prime time yet. But if you just send me a comment on the video or on the live stream or on any video, I will get it and we can connect. And you can also, Don, you can also send me an email through the contact page at latebloomershow.com, and I will get that email and respond to you, and we can connect. Because if you're in Los Angeles, we should. But plant it in a low nitrogen area. I don't know, Portia. Let's see. Well, is mushroom compost, is it safe to buy? I mean, does anybody know, is it safe to buy mushroom compost at the big box stores? I've never bought mushroom compost in my life. Well, Kevin, yes, you have to be careful with seaweed, but Kevin, I'm sure you saw those videos that I did with Reinke in northern Germany. She makes all of her compost, most of her compost from kitchen scraps and seaweed. But she has a specific kind of seaweed up there that's more, it breaks down. Here we just have those tubes that look like plastic tubes, that kind of seaweed. And the time I made it, I did wash it really well before I put it in the compost. Okay. Rotting mushrooms in my worm bins. Okay. No worries, Don. Sunflowers show excessive growth in high nitrogen levels. Have faith. Hi. We've been on over an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm going to have to ask you to go back and watch the replay. We've talked about a lot of things, but we're not going to be on for just a couple more minutes. Aloe, I dry it and powder it. So if I cut some, Tiffany, that sounds like a lot of work. Where do you live, Tiffany? I have aloe, a big aloe plant over here. I could cut some pieces. Then what? You slice it in half and then you dry it and powder it? I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work. I don't know, Christina. Couldn't tell you. Probably. On which subject have faith? On aloe or seaweed? Okay. Thank you, Jason. I don't know. Nothing happened on my end, so I'm sorry, guys, if there was a blip there. Right, Jason. I was alluding to that before, but I didn't. I wasn't that graphic in my description. Patrick, my happiest moment in my garden. Well, I tell you what, I will save that for my next live stream because I'm going to have to think about how to quantify that because there have been so many. So I'm going to save that question, and you tune in next time, and I'm gonna have an answer for you. Gloria says she has blue jays. You mean you have blue jays bothering your garden? Wow, Tiffany, what I want you to do, if you would, is when this uploads at the end of it, would you just describe what you're in more detail, what you're saying to do with the aloe? Because um, I don't have a coffee grinder. I have a spice grinder. It's a little thing. And then I just have a blender and that's it. Uh, Yes, Christina, that's a good point. Let's make our next live stream. Everybody, I don't think Mother's Day is a great day to try to do this, to do a live stream. So I was thinking about doing it on Saturday. What do you think? Or should we just skip a week? I'm looking at the calendar, so somebody comment. Next Sunday is Mother's Day. I can't, Saturday would be tough. Maybe we should just skip a week. What do you think? Anybody? Saturday, Don? Anybody else? But if you feed the blue jays peanuts, won't they just come? Ooh, I think I would put down some netting, Jason. I would hate to. I'd hate to lose I have so few strawberries. Yeah, Portia, let's do. I think we're gonna skip next week, guys. So let's just look at the dates. So that would be the next one would be ooh. uh, Sunday, May 19th. Uh hmm, don't think I can do it Sunday, May 19th. It's our final performance of our comedy workshop. So um hmm. And that puts us all the way to let's see. Uh-huh. Sunday, May 26th. I have a wedding I have to go to, but that's at 6 p.m. So I tell you what, we're going to skip 2 weeks, and we're going to do Sunday, May 26th and you know what? I'm going to start at 7. No, wait, Christina can't get up that early. Yes, Christina. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make you wait, Christina. I'm sorry. Um, because I got to think about that. And also, I want to try to give myself a little time to figure out if there's a better, because you said there were some buffering issues. And maybe if I download some software and I learn how to do that, it'll look better and perform, the live stream will perform better. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, I think we'll push it to Sunday, May 26th. And if I change my mind, just make sure that you're subscribed to my community page or watch for my community posts, because I'll put my community any news or anything. I always put a post on the community page on my channel. So let's see. It was Patrick's question. Yep, this is like a club. It is like a club, Don, and I hate to wait, but I mean, everybody works, right? You're working Monday through Friday, so that doesn't work. And wow. Tiffany, I want you to put the whole description in a comment below the video, because nobody's going to go back and I don't know if anybody will go back and look at all these. I use Tool. Yeah. I call Tool Voil. I think it's all the same thing. Hey, James, we're just getting off. Okay, Kevin. Um, oh, Dylan is saying, what if you do it at night? You mean a live stream at night? What night? Give me a suggestion. Would you guys tune in on a Sunday night? Would that be better? I just think my what, Gloria? Funny question. Um, okay, did everybody get their questions answered? Um, Early birthday. Let's see. Thank you, Helen. So have you been on this whole time? So Tiffany, do me that favor and just do the whole description of what you're talking about below the video, in a comment below the video, not on the chat. Let's see. Woo! I don't want yellow jackets. What about at night though, Kevin? No, see, you'd be in bed. That wouldn't work. Um Yeah, I know. Well, Sunday night for you, Kevin, is, let's see, we could do something like 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Sunday, because that's 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And then, let's see, no, if I did it at 7, it would be 10. Oh, that's kind of late for a Sunday night. I mean, if you're getting up early for work. Um, let's see. Hey, Angelina, Friday? I don't know. TGIF. I don't know how many people we would get on a Friday. People are just heading to the bars and whatever after work, and before work is impossible. But the thing is, okay, so England is 6 hours ahead, and Eastern Europe is 9 hours ahead of me. So we would we'd miss out on all those people. Hmm. I think we better leave it at 8 o'clock on May 26th. And if I come up with something better, or if somebody leaves me a comment under the video with a different suggestion, then let me know, okay? But that's what I'm putting down, May 26th at 8 a.m. Okay? And I wish that there was, I don't know if you can continue to write comments once I end the chat, but it seems like there's a lot of conversation. Rob, I don't have any confidence that I would win a large tomato contest, because I got really lucky with the Aunt Ruby's German green last year. Really lucky. Um, and what happens is I have so much mildew here that I have more success with smaller tomatoes, because by the time we get to August, these plants have just been pruned back so much from mildew. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of confidence I could grow a really big tomato. I haven't grown a really big tomato since 2014, and that was the Yoder's German Yellow, and I still have some seeds from that. But the thing is, it's already May, and you can't start seeds now. So unless I go buy a plant, and then that's just taking a crapshoot. I would have to really um, plan on that somehow. Maybe I can enter at the last minute and say, "Hey, I got a big tomato." I don't know. He definitely should know about me, though. Okay, did I miss anybody else's comment? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kevin. You take care over there. Florida is right on the storm central. Oh, Trudy, it is sweet. It's not the sweetness so much. It is the intense flavor. And how are those plants doing, by the way? Hey, Spad, where are you writing from? Oh, shoot. Flower field in my backyard. Well, Dylan, Portia is a great person to talk to about that. So you guys maybe write, if one of you writes a comment below, then the other one can write back. And Portia is very, very knowledgeable about all that kind of stuff. Thank you. It is Cinco de Mayo, everyone, and I hope everyone has a great time. And Spat, I thank you for joining. I don't know your name. Um, Tiffany, are you talking to me or I don't know who's talking to who now? Oh, yeah. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to sign off because you're all talking amongst yourselves, and I've said all that I can say. And so I really enjoyed you tuning in, and I hope you all will hit that thumbs up and share my channel with your friends and help it grow. It is growing by about 150 subscribers a day, but that needs to be like 1,500. So the more you can share my channel, the sooner I will reach sustainability. And I appreciate all your efforts. And thank you so much, Suzanne, Patrick, Felicity, Anne, Jason, Dylan, Portia, Trudy. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of my day. And I hope you have a great one. So I'll talk to you soon. Oh, yes, just FYI, this is one of the many things that I knitted, and I haven't had it on in about, it's a poncho. I knitted two exactly the same and gave one to my mother. And I haven't had it on 10 years, probably. All right. See you guys. Have a great day.